All right, so in the last part, what we had seen was right. Slide 10 नहीं, अब तक slide 10 बना नहीं है, slide 9 तक upload हुआ है. Okay. So last part में we had seen कि if I have a rotating vessel, okay, and this is the liquid in that vessel, and I want to find a relation between pressure at any 2 points inside this tube, not a vessel, it's a tube. Then what I need to do is I need to integrate. So I will take a small section like this. उसके left hand पे I'll say pressure is P, right hand पे I'll say pressure is P plus dP. All right. And we'll take the thickness of the section to be dr, and we'll say that section is located at a radius r, and then we'll just analyze that section. So we'll say अच्छा यहाँ पे pressure है, तो यहाँ से liquid उसको उसपे PA force लगा रहा है towards the right, and वहाँ से liquid इस पे P plus dP into area force लगा रहा है towards the left. So those are the two forces that experiences in the horizontal direction. We are only concerned right now with the horizontal direction. Okay. Vertically gravity, normal force वगैरह balance होगा. Horizontal direction में ये है. Now this is responsible for making it accelerate. Remember, this is undergoing circular motion, so it has a centripetal acceleration of omega square r. Now the equation we should be applying is force towards the left is mass into acceleration towards the left. Force is, now cancel these, PA katega, dP into area is force, net force. So dP into area is mass, which is density into volume. इसका volume हो जाएगा area into length, तो ADR. तो ये हो गया mass into acceleration, which is omega square r. दोनों साइड से एरिया काट दिया, फिर इंटीग्रेट किया. तो इंटीग्रेट करने पे इंटीग्रल dP gives me change in pressure, ठीक है, एंड यहाँ पे रो ओमेगा स्क्वायर बार आके r का इंटीग्रेशन gives r2 square by 2 minus r1 square by 2. So that way I get change in pressure, you know, when you go from one point to another point, is going to be rho omega r2 square minus r1 square by 2. All right. So that's, I didn't start anything new. I was just giving a recap of where we ended in the previous class. One of you is asking me HCV question 4. I think I'll maybe let's do that towards the end. I don't have my HCV around, so let's just probably do that towards the end if that's fine. Okay. Or I don't think I've given a link yet, right, for the solutions. Maybe I'll send that as well. Towards the end, we can discuss that. I'll give you a link for the solutions to the other questions. Okay. All right. So let's just try to continue then. Pressure in an accelerating vessel. Okay, so we in a way have already solved a question, no problem. We have solved a question where we were in an elevator, right? So, and we were seeing how pressure varies once we are in an elevator. But let's try now a question where our vessel is moving horizontally. Pressure in an accelerating vessel. Okay, so I'm going to really simplify this. The basic idea is when we have a vessel which accelerates horizontally, okay, then first of all, by experience, we somewhat know what the surface is going to look like, right? So out of 3 options, is it going to be like this? Option 1. Is it going to be the blue option? Is it going to be the green option? Or is it going to be the red option? How would the surface look if I were to accelerate the vessel towards the right? Blue, green, red. Very nice. Okay. So it's, oh, green, red bhi aa raha hai. Guys, go after class, try pulling a bucket of water, try dragging it around, you'll get to see what it looks like. If you suddenly accelerate the bucket, water is going to, in a way, go behind. Yeah? Just like inertia ke karan people seem to fall behind, वैसे ही water is going to in a way go behind, and your surface is going to look like this due to inertia, or inertia is another word for the pseudo force. Due to the pseudo force, water is going to look like this. There's a pseudo force pushing the particles towards the left side of the vessel. So it's going to look like this. Now, if I were to analyze any one particle on this surface, that particle is going to experience one weight due to gravity. Okay? So it's going to experience the weight. I'm not writing M, I'm just writing G, but you could multiply mass to get the weight. And is also going to experience your pseudo force towards the left. Okay. So again, I'm just writing A. If you put mass with this, you get the force. All right. So it's going to experience these two gravitation field type things. इसको mass से multiply करोगे तो you'll get the force that particle is experiencing. इनका अगर मैं resultant लूंगा, I get G effective, right? इनका अगर resultant लेंगे तो G effective मिलेगा. तो let's see what we know about G effective. All right. So first and foremost, G effective is going to be the resultant of these two. You know its magnitude is going to be whatever root G square plus A square. And you also know that G effective is going to make an angle theta with the vertical. Okay, let's say it makes an angle theta with the vertical. Okay, we know what theta is. Theta is tan inverse A by G. अगर theta निकालना है तो theta निकाल सकते हैं. Now, if you remember, I said कि your surface of water is always going to be perpendicular to G effective. Why? Because we know in this case, G is downward and our surface is horizontal. So our surface is effectively perpendicular to G. And in general, G effective in any frame behaves like G. All right, G effective in any frame behaves like G. It's almost as if you can treat this as the G in that frame. So in that case, even in this frame, we should find, even in this frame, we should find that our surface is perpendicular to G effective. All right. Those just joining, we have just started this page. We are looking at a vessel which we are accelerating towards the right, and we are trying to see how pressure changes in this vessel. What we did is we have taken a point on the surface. Again, we realize that that point is going to experience a gravitational force and a pseudo force. Again, you remove the masses to get G effective. So the net force it experiences is M G effective. You remove the mass, you'll get G effective. So when you vectorially add G with the pseudo force wala acceleration, if you want to call it pseudo acceleration, if you vectorially add the two, you get G effective. Okay. Now, your surface of water will always, of the liquid will always be perpendicular to G effective. But that said, you can easily prove that the angle your surface makes with the horizontal must be what? This is 90 minus theta. This is 90. So this is again going to be theta. All right. So the angle your surface makes with the horizontal is going to be theta. Cool. Note that your surface is perpendicular to G effective. Note because G effective plays the role of G. And your surface of water or any liquid will always be perpendicular to G. Yeah, I'll come back to that again. Yeah, this is very similar to if I ask you a question, जैसे तुमने laws of motion में किया है. If I ask you a question कि there is a car, the car is accelerating. and I say कि there's a pendulum inside this car, and then I say what angle will the pendulum make with the vertical, right? तो एक तो तुम pendulum का FBD वगैरह बना के कर ही सकते हो, right? But the other idea is you can see the pendulum and you can realize कि यार pendulum पे दो force लग रहा है, एक तो gravity लग रहा है, M मत लिख लो, और एक pseudo force लग रहा है, MA, and इनका जो resultant होगा that is going to be some mg effective. So if you just take G and A ka resultant, you get G effective, right? And then you get ki, acha, this is like the net gravity inside the vehicle. And what angle should a pendulum released in this make? Or how should the pendulum look like inside this vehicle? So think about it. If gravity would have been downwards, like in a normal situation, your string would always be along gravity. In this case, what is happening? Gravity is in this direction effectively. Oops. Gravity is in this direction effectively. So your string is also going to be along G effective. Because G effective makes an angle of tan inverse A by G with the vertical, your string also makes an angle of tan inverse A by G with the vertical. यहाँ पे वैसे ही हो रहा है ना, तो जैसे तुम्हें पता है कि a pendulum का string makes an angle of tan inverse A by G with the vertical, वैसे ही यहाँ पे आ रहा है कि पानी का surface should make an angle of tan inverse A by G with the horizontal, because when G effective is vertical, your surface is horizontal. G effective को vertical से थोड़ा सा angle से घुमाओ, तो ये भी horizontal से थोड़ा angle से घूम जाता है, so that they are always perpendicular. Are you getting the idea? You understood what I was talking about over here? Right? So in any accelerating chamber, just find the G effective, and anything you know for G, you can now solve for G effective. Okay? G effective is like the new G inside this chamber. So this was accelerating towards the right. So G effective kaise nikala? A or G ka resultant se nikala. And then your surface is perpendicular to G effective. So because your surface is now perpendicular to G effective, what angle does it make with the horizontal? It makes an angle of theta with the horizontal. And what is theta? Vector is se dekh lo. Tan inverse opposite upon adjacent. Theta is tan inverse A by G. So you always, whenever your vehicle accelerates, you're going to see that the water's level makes this angle with the horizontal. Okay. Now one of you is asking the question, sir, how do we know which all forces, how do we know which all forces will be contributing to G effective in a case where there are multiple forces? So please understand one thing, the only other force which behaves like gravity, the only other force which behaves like gravity is pseudo force. Only pseudo force behaves like gravity. Think about it. Both gravitational force and pseudo force are mass of the particle times some vector. Gravitational force is m times g vector. Pseudo force is m times acceleration vector ka ulta. Right? So both gravitational force and pseudo force have very similar nature. They are the only forces which are mass of that particle times something. So you only have to club your pseudo force and your gravitational force to get G effective. Okay? Centrifugal force is also a pseudo force. Obviously, you can club your centrifugal force as well. Centrifugal force क्या है? Pseudo force ही तो है when you are in a rotating frame. So gravitational force and pseudo force को club करना है G effective निकालने के लिए. हाँ? देखा होगा ना और भी जगह मैकेनिक्स में. Gravitational force and pseudo force, nothing else. You don't have to worry about any other force. These are the two forces you club to find G. Okay. All right. यहाँ पे the angle, so the angle the liquid makes with the horizontal is tan inverse A by G. If the liquid does not accelerate, if acceleration is 0, the angle it makes is 0. मतलब angle कितना है, मतलब surface कैसा है, horizontal है, ठीक है, it makes 0 angle with the horizontal, it's perfectly horizontal. But if you keep increasing acceleration, you're going to keep increasing this angle, and therefore है ना, your surface will start to look more and more vertical. काफी तेजी से accelerate करोगे तो ये angle काफी steep हो जाएगा. Okay, provided the vessel is big enough, otherwise it will fall out. अब ऐसे question में if you are asked how pressure changes, so what you need to do is in such a question when you're asked how pressure changes, if I have space over here. So consider 3 points. Please consider 3 points. Let's say this is point 1, point 2, and this is point 3. Let's say this distance is x. This distance is h. Okay? X and h. All right? Now, what do we know? हमें पता है कि जब ग्रेविटी के डायरेक्शन में जाएंगे तो प्रेशर कितने से चेंज होता है, रो जी एच से बढ़ता है ना. सो इफ आई वांट टू राइट P3 in terms of P1, I know कि while I move in the direction of gravity, now in this case, in this direction, my G का component is G itself. G effective का component is G itself. So when I move in this direction, my pressure is going to increase by density times whatever is the G in that direction times whatever distance I move by. So P3 is still P1 plus rho GH. But this time when I move horizontally, याद है हमने earlier पहले बोला था कि horizontally move करने में pressure change नहीं होता है. That is for a stationary vessel. इस case में think when I move horizontally, should P2 be equal to P1 or should I add something to this? I'm moving in this direction. What is like gravity in this direction? A is playing the role of very nice gravity in this direction. So I definitely need to add A is playing the role of gravity. So when I move towards A, very nice, your answers are correct. I need to add rho A x. That's simple. जो तुम vertically करते हो वही इस direction में करो. जैसे नीचे जाने में G के direction में जाते वक्त rho G H add किया, वैसे ही A के direction में x distance move होते वक्त rho A x add कर लो. Alright, so with this we have covered everything in this kind of accelerating vessel. We have seen कि पहले तो surface कैसे दिखेगा, क्या angle बनाएगा वो देखा, and फिर इसके अंदर एक point पे pressure पता है, दूसरे point पे pressure चाहिए तो क्या करना है, that is also something we have seen. Any doubts in this? P3, P2, हाँ वापस सिंपल सी बात है. जैसे यार नॉर्मल केस में क्या होता था, तुम G के डायरेक्शन में जब जाते थे, ठीक है, नॉर्मल केस में क्या होता था, G के डायरेक्शन में जब तुम जाओगे तो प्रेशर रो जी एच से बढ़ता है, ठीक है. इफ यू मूव H इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ G, प्रेशर रो जी एच से बढ़ेगा. यहाँ पे ओके, नाउ दिस इज फॉर एनी पॉइंट. कोई बोल रहा है शुड वन बी ऑन द सरफेस, जरूरी नहीं है. दिस इज जस्ट द रिलेशन बिटवीन एनी पॉइंट, any 2 or 3 points inside water. You can make this kind of relation. One could be on the surface, one could be below the surface as well. Point is, if I'm going down, if I'm going in the direction of G by an amount H, pressure increases by rho G H. In the same way, if I'm going towards the left, if I'm going in the direction of A by an amount X, pressure increases by rho A X, because A is playing the role of G in the leftward direction. Yeah, remember, pseudo force is almost exactly like your gravitational force. Almost exactly like your gravitational force. जो जी के साथ कर रहे हो वो ए के साथ कर लो। जी के कारण नीचे रो जी एच से बढ़ रहा था प्रेशर, ए के कारण लेफ्ट की तरफ रो ए एक्स से बढ़ रहा था प्रेशर। Okay, let's maybe just do one question on this. Anyone wants me to wait on this page, just say wait. Yeah, I'll wait. Can we find effective pressure? क्या होता है effective? That does not make any sense. Try to think, what is effective pressure? Pressure is something which is not defined for the vessel, it's defined for each specific point in the liquid. So therefore effective pressure makes no sense. हर point पे अलग अलग है. See? G effective makes sense because everywhere inside this vessel you're experiencing the same kind of pull. And in fact, if you are inside this vessel, you'll not experience a pull downward. You'll actually feel as if there is some kind of gravitational force in this direction. What is the use of G effective in this situation? The use of G effective is to find, I mean, we used it to find the angle your surface makes with the horizontal. We made the assertion that our surface is going to be perpendicular to G effective. Okay, one of you saying, can we find P net for the whole system? Yeah, makes no sense. P net nahi hota hai. Again, last time, pressure is defined for each individual point. P net makes no sense. Yes, acha, max, koi पूछ रहा है, maximum pressure will be in which direction? Max pressure will be at a point which is furthest away from the surface. All right, so if you draw a line, right, parallel to this, you can see this is going to be the furthest point. The bottom corner pe max pressure aega. All other points are going to be closer to the surface than that bottom left corner. So highest pressure naturally bottom left corner pe aega. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Tarun, yes. Irrespective of the value of A, तुम जितने भी speed से जाओ, है ना, you can prove कि यार out of all the points in this vessel, the point always furthest away from the surface will have to be this. If the vessel is going towards the right, this point has to be the point furthest from the surface. You can see in all other cases, the distance, perpendicular distance will always be lesser. वेसल को राइट की तरफ लिया तो बॉटम लेफ्ट कॉर्नर पे सबसे हाईएस्ट प्रेशर होगा, और वेसल को लेफ्ट की तरफ एक्सेलरेट किया तो वैसे वर्सा ये वाला हाईएस्ट प्रेशर होगा. चलो एक क्वेश्चन कर लेते हैं. वेरी सिंपल पॉइंट. लेट्स से आई एम गिविंग यू अ वेसल लाइक दिस. Okay, the vessel has waters up to a height of 3 meters. Vessel का खुद का height है 5 meters. और ये है 10 meters. Okay, and I'm accelerating the vessel towards the right. Question is, what should be the minimum acceleration for water to spill? Find the minimum acceleration required for water to spill. Find the minimum acceleration required. for the liquid to spill. बहुत easy है, come on. कुछ इंटीग्रेशन नहीं है, सिंपल ही है. Yes, Tarun. Two is wrong. 5 is wrong. Shivank, I'll just maybe answer your doubt after this. सामर्थ का सही है, very nice. G by 5 is wrong. G by 2 is wrong. So in the meanwhile, Samarth, I'm just addressing your doubt. यार ये जब liquid right की तरफ accelerate कर रहा है, when you go inside the container, when you sit in the container and observe it, then in addition to G, you have a pseudo force towards the left, which is why we see the liquid move in a way towards the left and rearrange its surface. It should not be moving towards the right. Pseudo force left ki taraf hai. So it experiences a gravitational pull, somehow trying to make the surface like this. Does that answer your doubt? अच्छा, G by 5 गलत है, 50 गलत है. Yes, Sahil, you can do that as well. It's not 5, not 2, guys. थोड़ा जैसे डायग्राम थोड़ा सोचो, like two G by 5 galat, 3G by 4 galat. I think you're missing one very obvious fact. Okay, so think, अब यहाँ पे पानी का surface initially ऐसा है, ठीक है, initially ऐसा है, 3 के height पे है. यहाँ पे you know कि 5 तक पहुंचना है. अब 5 तक पहुंचने के लिए यहाँ पे पानी को 2 यूनिट ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा. Okay, now if water level is rising by 2 meters over there, I hope you guys weren't thinking the level is gonna look like this. है ना, water का amount अंदर बढ़ थोड़ी सकता है ना, you're not adding more water. So if you have seen कि on this side the water level has risen by 2, you should see कि on this side your water level is gonna fall by 2, right? So then now when I draw the final shape, and I calculate the volume, the net volume is conserved, right? So अगर यहाँ से है ना, हुआ क्या है actually because of this rearrangement, यहाँ से पानी यहाँ चला गया, volume is conserved. एक तरफ पानी का लेवल बढ़ रहा है, दूसरा लेवल पानी का लेवल कम होना चाहिए. It's a nice symmetrical rectangular cuboidal vessel. Okay, so that said, now when you try to find your acceleration, you can see कि ये ऊपर कितना जा रहा है. Now this vertical length seems like 4 meters, and this horizontal length seems to be 10 meters. Okay, so based on that, yes, 4 is now the final answer. इसका जब तुम angle देखोगे यहाँ पे, angle from the diagram, the angle from the diagram is tan inverse 4 by 10, but the angle from a formula should be tan inverse acceleration by g. And since g is more or less 10, you can say कि a has to be equal to 4. G by 10. I think one of your answers, 2g by 5 was right. I'm sorry. The one who answered 2g by 5, you're right. Yes. My bad. All right, simple. It was just based on that angle thing. One of you saying, can we apply P2 is P1 plus rho x, but what will you apply and do with that? You're not given pressure at this point to make anything out of that. You know? You're not working with pressure, you're not given pressure as such. So pressure difference, what do you expect to find? Pressure difference A niklega nahi. Right? Or anything else you do may just end up proving that this angle should be tan inverse A by G. The idea, main idea over here was realizing कि अच्छा ये अगर spill होने वाला है, यहाँ पे पानी 2 मीटर ऊपर राइज हुआ होगा, तो वहाँ पे पानी 2 मीटर नीचे जाना चाहिए. अगर वहाँ पे पानी 2 मीटर नीचे गया, तो मतलब ये level 1 हो गया. It has reached 1. This is 5. So actually now, if you look at the slope of your water surface, the slope of your water surface is 4 by 10. Okay? The angle is tan inverse 4 by 10, and we also know the angle should be tan inverse A by G. So as we get A is 4. एक मिनट, एक सेकंड guys. Harsh, I'm still not very clear what you did, but I hope you can see that this makes sense. Yeah? एक लास्ट टाइम यहाँ पे क्या था, एक तो पहले ये था कि यार यहाँ पे 3 से 5 गया पानी, इधर 2, हाँ ठीक है, यहाँ पे 2 ऊपर गया, तो दूसरे साइड पानी 2 मीटर नीचे गया. What is 4 in this diagram? 4 is representing the height of this triangle. I want theta. How do I find theta? Tan inverse height by base, height by opposite by adjacent. Opposite geometry से 4 दिख रहा है, adjacent 10 दिख रहा है, दिया था सवाल में. So theta is tan inverse 4 by 10. But I already know that theta should be tan inverse A by G, where A is my acceleration. So 4 by 10 is A by G. वहाँ से A comes out to be 4G by 10, and G is 10, so A comes out to be 4. Okay. All right. Let's see some more questions. Okay. So again, these are now, I'm filling up pages, but this is not just theory. These are now questions based on that pressure wala content we have seen. So let's talk about YouTube questions. Okay. not the website, but YouTube, as in a tube which looks like a U. So I'm going to solve one example. I'm going to solve an example. It's already based on the concept we know. And then I'll give you one example to solve. Okay? So I'm going to solve a simpler one. As it is, everything is simple. Let's say I have two liquids. Let's say, okay, you can now see why it's called a U tube as such. So it's a tube containing two liquids. Let's say I know कि यहाँ का इस liquid का pressure is 1000 in the SI units, and I know कि इस liquid का pressure is 2000 in the SI units. Just a second. Okay. 2000. Yeah, that. Okay, if it isn't clear what that line is, so just repeat कि there are two liquids. So that line you see in the bottom, that represents the boundary of the two liquids. Okay, this is liquid 1, this is liquid 2. So two liquids. Okay. Densities are given. I am told कि इसका height is 10 meters. ठीक है, इसका height is 10, and मुझे क्या चाहिए, मुझे इसका height चाहिए. ठीक. All right, so we want the second वाले का height. So I'll just show you how we can approach this question without getting too scared. मतलब ज़्यादा, it's not a big deal. What you can do is you can start. Question is of course find h. So the idea is to start by start from any one point and try to reach the other end. Okay, so I'm going to start from this point. Okay, I'm going to start from this point. Is point ka pressure we know is PATM. Okay, उस point का pressure is PATM. अच्छा, अगर उसका PATM तो इसका pressure कितना होगा? I'm going to move along the liquid and start writing the pressure. So if I've gone down by 10, I know कि इस point का pressure is going to be PATM plus 1000 into G into H. Let me just keep G. 1000 into G into 10. ठीक है, तो यहाँ का प्रेशर इज PATM plus 1000 into G into 10. ओके, अच्छा, अब यहां से तुम डायरेक्ट यहाँ पे मूव कर लो. डायरेक्ट यहाँ पे मूव किया. डू यू अग्री कि इसका भी प्रेशर उतना ही था? Because moved horizontally, the vessel is not accelerating. If the vessel is not accelerating, horizontally move करने में कोई pressure change नहीं होता. Even if you're crossing liquids, सीधी सी बात है, no change in pressure है ना. This is Newton's third law. ये जितना pressure लगाएगा उतना ही pressure लगाएगा at that interface. Okay. Now I want to finally go up. So as I go up, while going opposite G, I need to subtract. तो ऊपर जाते वक्त कितना subtract करना है, कितने से pressure कम हो रहा है? तो density is 2000 into G into H. Yes, right? Density 2H into G. Now where have I reached? I have reached this point. What is the pressure of that point? It's exposed to the atmosphere. So the pressure of that point is again PATM. So if you understood what I've done, I started from this point and I went further down. I mean, I'm going along this tube and I'm finally trying to write the pressure at that point. Okay. So PATM plus density GH नो चेंज वाले मूव हॉरिजॉन्टली माइनस डेंसिटी GH एंड I've reached that point and उस पॉइंट का मैंने प्रेशर दो तरीके से लिखा, एक डायरेक्टली लिखा PATM के थ्रू और एक यहाँ से जर्नी करते हुए लिखा. एंड विद दिस यू कैन सी आवर आंसर इज H is equal to 5. PATM कट जाएगा, PATM कटने के बाद G कटेगा and you can even cancel out the thousands. So when you cancel out the thousands, you get H is 5. So यहाँ पे I get 10 is equal to 2H. So H is equal to 5. Okay. All right. Now you guys do one question. थोड़ा इससे थोड़ा बड़ा करूँगा. This is just a simple idea. I'll maybe add more ups and downs, more zigzags to this. फिर भी it won't be a big deal, and you guys will easily be able to solve it. Let me just check your doubt. It must be plus PATM on the left hand side. Plus तो by default है ना? Plus तो by default है. तो है ही plus ATM है. ठीक है? PATM plus something equal to finally PATM. Ayush, yes, that's what we have done. Another saying, sir, horizontally density differ कर रहा है तभी भी pressure same आएगा. बिल्कुल ये अच्छे से समझो. ठीक है? Please understand one thing. If you are moving, or I mean, in this case, irrespective of horizontal, you need to understand कि this at this interface, pressures on both sides are be the same. That comes from Newton's third law. जितने से एक दूसरे को पुश करता है उतने से ही दूसरा इसको पुश करता है. If this pushes by P1 area and that pushes by P2 area, you can cancel out area and prove that P1 is equal to P2. Got it? So at any interface, दोनों side pressure same होगा. Remember that. Always true. At any interface, दोनों side pressure same होगा. So while going horizontally, if you want, you can even maybe take it easy. अच्छा. Same liquid में change नहीं हुआ, वो पता है. Interface में change नहीं होगा, वो पता है. Continue moving horizontally, again still no change. Okay. Then one of you is saying, sir, can we directly equate pressure at the same height? You absolutely can. मतलब हाँ, मतलब तुम इस पॉइंट का प्रेशर इस पॉइंट का प्रेशर भी इक्वेट कर सकते थे. There are many alternate ways to solve this equation. Whatever you do, it's just a matter of writing some terms there or writing some of those terms here. Okay. But do it this way. हर बार, अच्छा, one of you saying ratio proportion, there will be multiple liquids. तो अब ratio proportion can't help you that much. वो इसमें शायद काम करेगा, ठीक है? But there will be, it can be a slightly bigger question. So safest way, without wasting too much time, one way you can always do this question is you can just journey through the liquid, okay, and write that final points pressure in two ways. एक तो PATM है and also equate it to whatever you get while journeying through the liquid. एक बार खुद से try कर लो, you'll get the idea. ठीक है? Yes. Horizontally move करने में, unless the vessel is accelerating, horizontally move करने में pressure change नहीं होगा. Please understand, if there is a pressure difference, horizontally, if there's a pressure difference, and there is no other force, that means liquid will need to flow. Pressure difference is like a force imbalance. Okay? इस डायरेक्शन में प्रेशर डिफरेंस क्यों आता है? बिकॉज ग्रेविटी है, ग्रेविटी नीचे खींच रहा है, प्रेशर डिफरेंस ऊपर पुश कर रहा है. But horizontally, there's no gravity, there's no pseudo force, so there should not be a pressure difference. ठीक है? एक बार खुद से कर लो, फील आ जाएगा. ठीक है? No matter how many tubes I draw, how many liquids are there, this is one of the easiest type of questions you can get. Yeah, so don't ever hesitate to attempt such a question. Yes, Gaurav. If the vessel was accelerating, of course तुम horizontal direction में वो plus rho x या minus rho x भी करोगे. Let me just put down this question, then I'll have the time to read your doubts. Meanwhile, people can attempt this. So I have one liquid over here, जिसका density is 2000. I have another liquid over here, जिसका density is 3000. And I have an unknown liquid over here, जिसका density I want. Okay. Now what I'm giving you guys is giving you this height as 6. Okay, that's 6. Then this is 4. Okay, tubes have negligible thickness, मतलब समझ लो. Okay, that entire height is 4. This is 5. थोड़ा drawing is not very accurate, but हाँ 6, 4, 5. Just believe the values. और ये है 2. That's your question. 3 liquids, ठीक है? Liquid 1, liquid 2, liquid 3. Third liquid का मुझे density चाहिए. Just solve it the way I solved it, and you should get your answer. In the meanwhile, I'll check your doubts. Okay. Yes, yeah, in a way. Yes, आयुष, yes. यार ये जो एक चीज है, मतलब देखो यहाँ पे ज्यादा तुम understand basic ideas, you can then club other things also together. Like in this question, this was not accelerating, therefore there was no problem. Had I been accelerating, what you would have done? If there was an acceleration, है ना? तो हम बस क्या एक्स्ट्रा क्या होता था, ये यहाँ से यहाँ ट्रैवल करते वक्त प्रेशर चेंज का एक टर्म आता था, right? And you have to just see whether you're moving in the direction of your pseudo force or opposite your pseudo force. So if you move opposite your pseudo force, एक minus rho acceleration into length आता, right? So if you understand your basic ideas, you can of course start extending this to other questions as well. If you can solve this question, even if it's accelerating, then you can work around and solve those questions as well. Well, 100, I don't think is the answer. But let me just cross check. $2,400 is wrong. 6 is wrong. 3,600 is wrong. 2,000 is right. Pratyasha, 2,000. Perfect. 2,400 wrong. Just remember, going down increases pressure, going up decreases pressure. Samar, सही है. Yes, 2,000 is correct. Kushal, Pratyasha, सही है. Good. The others, I think, Gaurav, very nice. सही है. Maybe some of you are just making a small silly mistake. I think you know the idea, so just cross check what you need to do. So I'm going to start from this point. Okay, I'm going to write uska pressure. So the first thing I'll write is PATM. Okay, PATM. Next, I'm going to write now the pressure of this point. Okay, so I've gone down now. And by writing the pressure of that point, I'm more or less writing the pressure of this right wala point, because that the 2 points have the same pressure. So as I write the pressure of that point, what I'm going to get is PATM plus rho GH. I've gone down. So rho is 2,000 into G into kitna niche gaya? 6 meter niche gaya. Okay. So that is now the pressure of this point. From here, let us go directly here. Okay. Let us go directly there. How do we go directly there? You can say ki I am effectively going up how much? 4 minus 2. So I'm effectively going up only 2 meters. You could have written this in 2 steps, plus 4 minus 2. But you can also go directly because density is the same, right? So when I am going, instead of writing minus rho G4 plus rho G2, I can directly write minus rho G2. Or I can say कि I am effectively going to this point, or ये point का pressure same है because they are at the same height and it's the same liquid, right? So for the next step, I'm going to write this as I'm going up. So minus 3,000 G, okay? Minus 3,000 G2. And you can imagine that I have basically gone up by 4 and I've again come down by 2. So the same liquid, okay? So I go here, फिर यहाँ ऊपर जाके वापस लौटने में I get the same pressure which is over here. Minus 3,000 G2. ठीक है? Now where I am, I'm somewhere over here. अब यहाँ से आगे बढ़ने के लिए, ठीक है? अब यहाँ से आगे बढ़ने के लिए I am now going down. So rho G2 minus rho G5. Again, you could club the two terms. So I'm going down. So while going down, my pressure increases by rho G2. While coming up, my pressure decreases by 5. So plus rho G2 minus 5. Okay. If you want, I can write this as 4 minus 2. So minus 3,000 G4 for going up, but then a plus 3,000 G2 for coming back down. And the next one is plus rho G2 for going down by 2 minus rho G5 for going up by 5. Simple hai ye, yahan se I have journeyed through this and I am now writing the pressure of this point. So on one hand it is all of this, but on the other hand it should be PATM. So because it has to be PATM, what do we get as our answer? Yes, so you can write this is rho G3 take the other terms there. This is 12,000 G. Okay, and नहीं, my bad, sorry. अच्छा, रो जी टू कैसे समरी आस्किंग, तो रो जी टू तो नीचे जाने के लिए अब यहाँ से यहाँ नीचे जाऊंगा तो प्लस रो जी टू होगा, और फिर ऊपर जाऊंगा तो माइनस रो जी फाइव होगा, या तुम सीधा डेफिसिट लिख सकते हो। मैं अल्टीमेटली इस लिक्विड में 3 ऊपर जा रहा हूँ तो माइनस रो जी थ्री डायरेक्टली लिख सकते हो। ठीक है, तो मैं ये एक्चुअली माइनस रो जी थ्री को राइट हैंड साइड पे लेके जाऊंगा, तो आई हैव रो जी थ्री ओवर हियर, एंड देन आई हैव 12,000 G, is this term, minus 6,000 G. Very nice. Minus 6,000 G. And I have my answer. Got it? Any doubts? Whenever you get these U-frame questions, they are very easy. G can't go. 6,000 is 3 row. So row is 2,000. हाँ, कोई बोल रहे if the हाँ क्या, if the density was the same throughout, हाँ, if the density of any liquid is the same throughout, तब तुम सिर्फ height difference पे ध्यान दे सकते हो, because then rho comes out as common, है ना, so you can just focus on the height difference. अब यहाँ पे for certain portions of liquid, as long as you have the same liquid, you can directly write rho g height difference. Like यहाँ पे I'm ultimately going up by 2, so it's a minus rho g 2. This term is a minus rho g 2. Even in the next one, I'm going down by 2, going up by 5. I can directly say effectively in this liquid I'm going up by 3, because I'm going up by 3. It is minus rho g 3 ultimately. One of you saying, why can't I equate P at the bottom of this tube and that tube? Why can you I mean, why should they be equal? I don't see any direct law जिसके कारण they should be equal. यार यहाँ से, so when you are saying कि these are equal, let's see what he's trying to say. He's saying कि why should these two not be equal? तो पहले तो we are starting from the point कि ये यहाँ पे throughout same है, that is for sure. Your claim is कि यहाँ से यहाँ जब मैं नीचे जाऊंगा और यहाँ से यहाँ जब नीचे जाऊंगा तब pressure same amount से बढ़ेगा. That's now a problem. That's not true. On the left hand side when I'm going down, there is one particular density. On the right hand side when I'm going down, there is 2,000 for some time and then 3,000 for some other time. And so just going down by the same height does not always mean pressure will increase by the same amount. It's only if that density is the same in both cases. तो ये मतलब logically सोचो, should there be any reason कि ऐसा बराबर हो? No reason. This, even if I forget any rule, I will always apply Newton's third law and I'll say these should be equal. इसलिए rules याद करने की जगह logic याद करो. I don't make it a point to remember कि horizontally move करने में pressure change नहीं होता है. What I am aware of is Newton's third law. हर बार मैं सोचता हूँ Newton's third law के कारण equal है. So I would encourage you guys also to think like that. Okay? Every time apply the basics. Okay? Cool, got it? Simple. ठीक है, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हमेशा होना चाहिए. With this, I think I can just briefly show you a barometer. Like just in very simple words, how very simple words how it is constructed. So the idea is, हाँ 13 slide दिखा रहा हूँ. Let me know when you're done. The idea is a glass tube filled with mercury. Yes, barometer is used to measure air pressure. Let's see how it measures air pressure. So glass tube filled with mercury is inverted and immersed into a bath of mercury. Yeah, into a vessel containing, come on, containing mercury. Okay, so tube, a glass tube filled with mercury is inverted and immersed into a vessel containing mercury. All right, so that's the so this is the scene. You will have at this stage, you have mercury, you have this glass tube containing mercury, which has just been inverted and immersed into this vessel. Now, at this stage, mercury is, I've just inverted it. So mercury is filling the entire tube and the entire vessel. What do you expect to happen just immediately after inverting this tube? Do you think mercury should stay over there या थोड़ा सा readjustment in levels होना चाहिए? Right? So you would expect कि यार यहाँ पे जो high level है mercury का वो थोड़ा ऐसा नीचे गिरेगा और ये ऊपर जाएगा. Right? That's what you'd expect. ठीक है? So when that happens, so one of you is saying, is it the same as what we have studied in chemistry? If you have studied the same thing in chemistry, it has to be the same. I mean, there's no, I mean, it's the same idea. Why should it be different in two subjects? So, इसमें क्या हुआ है फिर then as the mercury levels adjust, oh, come on. As the mercury levels adjust, a vacuum is created. Okay? So vacuum is created at the top of the tube. So vacuum is created at the top of the tube, and then the difference in heights, the difference in the mercury levels, which we'll represent by the symbol H, okay, is measured. So this is now the final scene. Okay? The final scene is going to look like this. Okay? So the mercury levels have readjusted, and the final scene looks like थोड़ा ट्यूब से मर्क्यूरी निकल के बाहर चला गया है, तो बाहर का लेवल थोड़ा राइज हुआ, ट्यूब का लेवल थोड़ा सा कम हुआ. And finally, this is what the scene looks like, and this difference in levels is measured. Okay? This difference in levels is measured. Now, अब यहाँ पे क्या है? Why only Hg and all this has to, चलो इसके बात करेंगे why only Hg. But अब यहाँ पे क्या है? this region is vacated by the liquid. Yeah, this region was vacated by the liquid, and mercury doesn't really easily allow any gas bubbles to just pass through, air bubbles to pass through it. So if this region is vacated by the liquid, there is nothing over there. Therefore, that's vacuum. Okay? There's no air over there. That's vacuum. So this is completely vacuum, and therefore this is 0 ATM because this is vacuum. Okay? 0 atmospheric pressure, and यहाँ पे pressure is PATM. Okay? So now, as I try to travel in this direction, and I try to write 0 ATM का pressure, okay? So what I'm going to get is I'm going to अच्छा PATM वहाँ पे तो यहाँ पे भी PATM है, same height पे है ना, same liquid, no change in density, यहाँ पे PATM है, and then इससे अगर मैं और अब H height ऊपर जाऊंगा तो वहाँ का pressure हो जाएगा PATM minus rho GH. Do you agree? PATM minus rho mercury का rho into G into H. That is, and we have arrived at this point. And अब वो point का pressure होना कितना चाहिए? वो point का pressure होना चाहिए 0. So I've written the pressure of that point in two ways. एक तो 0 ATM लिखा और दूसरा यहाँ से travel करके उसका pressure लिखा. And with this we get कि अच्छा PATM is therefore going to be density of mercury, which we anyways know, into G, which we again know, and H, which can be easily measured experimentally. So therefore PATM का ये formula आता है, and that's why this is used to calculate the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so yeah, and rho Hg is 13,600 in the SI units, yeah, 13.6 in the CGS units. Okay, second diagram में बस क्या हुआ है? Second diagram में the levels of mercury has in the two in the vessel and the tube has readjusted. Tube से some mercury has flown over there, flowed out, and then वो होने के बाद the mercury in the tube has vacated the area at the top, so the area at the top is actually vacuum, and because it's vacuum वहाँ पे pressure 0 है. अब यहाँ पे pressure PATM है, so first I moved horizontally knowing कि यहाँ पे भी pressure PATM है, and then I moved upwards, and upwards move करने में pressure कम होता है, कितने से कम होता है? minus rho GH से कम होता है, and I have reached 0 ATM, so 0 should be PATM minus rho GH. So with that we get PATM is equal to rho GH. Okay? So this is a simple construction of a barometer. Why is mercury used? You've seen some of the reasons. Thermometer के वक्त mercury does not stick to the glass. It's a liquid at room temperature, and one of the main reasons is high density. Okay, high density. Imagine had I used water instead, apart from the fact that water sticks to the glass, one of the main ideas is क्या है कि इसका density, yes यश, इसका density ज्यादा है तो height कम रहता है ना? पानी अगर यूज करते थे तो पानी का डेंसिटी 1/13 टाइम्स होता था, तो इन द केस ऑफ वाटर यू वुड वर्क विथ 13 टाइम्स द हाइट. मतलब जो बैरोमीटर मर्क्यूरी का जो 2 मीटर लॉन्ग बैरोमीटर बनता है, in the case of water you would need a 27 meter long barometer, right? So the size will become ridiculously big if you use less dense liquids. So mercury is a sufficiently dense liquid, that's why mercury is used. Why 0 ATM is in the glass tube, why not in the vessel? Baba, vessel is exposed to the atmosphere. This is closed, this is sealed. यहाँ पे जब mercury नीचे गया, nobody came in to fill that space. That's why there's a vacuum over there. If the tube was cracked, this would have not worked. But यहाँ पे this is sealed, है ना? Okay. High expansion coefficient is not relevant for us. High expansion coefficient I mean, that would be more relevant for using it as a thermometer. Think about this. In this, we are not concerned with that expansion coefficient wala part. Here we are more concerned with density. So mercury having high density is what helps us in this case. Okay. Yes, I think you're all more or less saying the same thing. One of you is saying, what if empty glass tube is inverted and immersed in a vessel? यार empty glass tube मतलब क्या है? empty ऐसा खुला है मतलब इसमें atmospheric pressure कितना है? PATM है. अब उसको जैसे ही इधर डाल दोगे लिक्विड में, जैसे ही मर्क्यूरी में डाल दोगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? अब यहाँ पे PATM है, ठीक है, एंड यहाँ पे फिलहाल PATM है. Hg will start to fill inside. Now as Hg starts to fill inside, यहाँ का pressure will start to increase, है ना, because the gas inside is getting compressed. So because the pressure is going to increase, what's going to happen is you will find ki this will come and stop in a situation like this, where the pressure inside this vessel is slightly greater than, slightly named something greater than PATM, because that gas is now forced to this gas has been compressed. So because it has been compressed, its pressure has increased. तो अंदर का pressure PATM से ज़्यादा होगा, and because अंदर का pressure PATM से ज़्यादा होगा, you're going to find this level to be lower than बाहर का level. तो Hg अंदर भरना start करेगा, but पूरा भरेगा नहीं. This is what happens if you empty an empty tube. You can do this experiment with the see-through mug and see कि पानी थोड़ा वो मग के अंदर जाएगा, but level उतना rise नहीं होगा. That was a nice question. Did you guys understand that question? एक और बार बता दूं. हाँ, उसका सवाल था कि what happens if I empty and if I invert an empty test tube? So अगर empty test tube है तो first and foremost ये test tube के अंदर atmospheric pressure है, it's exposed to the atmosphere, तो उसके अंदर atmospheric pressure है. When I put that in mercury, what's going to start to happen? So if you see, इसके अंदर atmospheric pressure है फिलहाल, और यहाँ पे atmospheric pressure है, तो यहाँ पे at this boundary pressure कितना है? PATM plus rho GH है, ज़्यादा है. So because pressure over here is more, liquid is going to be flowing in. ठीक है, बाहर pressure ज़्यादा है, अंदर pressure कम है, तो liquid is going to go from a higher pressure to a low pressure. The liquid will start flowing in. Now as it starts flowing in, what happens is the pressure inside this gas, I mean inside the tube, will start to increase. Why? ये gas का pressure है. The gas is getting compressed. Because the gas is getting compressed, because volume is decreasing, pressure is going to increase. So as pressure increases, you are going to finally get some state like this, okay, where इसका pressure is greater than PATM, and then यहाँ PATM plus rho GH करके यहाँ पे भी pressure is greater than PATM, दोनों तरफ pressure is equal. So some Hg will flow into the tube, but it will not completely fill the tube. Okay? Will not even reach the level of Hg outside. Yeah, blue lines are mercury ka level. Yes. Any doubt in this? I mean, this test tube question, of course, you can think about a little later, or as we continue with the chapter. But that's it. That's the simple idea of a barometer. Okay. Now, I'll talk about Pascal's law. Okay. So Pascal's law says Yash, I'll give in maybe a little later. Okay, as we proceed. Kabhi, I'll give. I'll make up one. Pascal's law, the law says if the pressure in a liquid, I think I'll type it out, it'll be easier. If the pressure in a liquid if the pressure in a liquid, the pressure in a liquid is changed at a particular point, the change is transmitted to the entire liquid without being diminished in magnitude. Without being diminished in magnitude. Okay. So if the pressure in a liquid is changed at a particular point, the change is transmitted to the entire liquid without being diminished in magnitude. This is Pascal's law. All right. So what is the law saying? It's saying कि very easy to prove the law. वो बोल रहा है कि जैसे अब मान लो you have these 2 points, ठीक है, जहाँ पे let's say pressure है P1, P2, इनके बीच में height difference है h. Okay. Now let's say we change P1 का pressure by amount x. Let's say we change P1 or we increase P1 by an amount x. इसका क्लेम है कि तुम अगर एक पॉइंट पे प्रेशर चेंज करोगे तो हर पॉइंट का प्रेशर चेंज होना चाहिए. बहुत इजी टू प्रूव है, ठीक है. सो इफ आई चेंज P1 by x, व्हाट्स गोना हैपन इज यहाँ का प्रेशर हो जाएगा P1 plus x और यहाँ का प्रेशर क्या है पता नहीं, मान लो हो गया P2 डैश. ठीक है, यहाँ का प्रेशर मान लो हो गया P2 डैश. Same points separated by the same distance. Now P2 is P1 plus rho gh. We can see that from the first diagram. यहाँ पे we can say कि P2 dash is now this thing plus rho gh. So P2 dash is P1 plus x plus rho gh. But what can you see over here? P1 plus rho gh was the original P2, है ना? तो यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है? We are seeing actually कि P2 dash is P2 plus x. मतलब when I increased P1 by x, P2 also increased by x. P2 also changed by x. All right. So that proves Pascal's law. You change the pressure at one point, the pressure at all points will change by the same amount because the difference has to be the same. Okay. वापस समझा देता हूँ. देखो जादू नहीं हो रहा है इसमें. Difference has to be rho gh. Okay. Difference has to be rho gh. तो क्या हो रहा है यार, यहाँ पे P1 था, P1 का प्रेशर हमने x से चेंज किया. अब ये प्रूव करना चाहते हैं कि बाकी हर पॉइंट का प्रेशर x से चेंज होगा. अब पहले डायग्राम में वी नो कि बिफोर चेंजिंग द प्रेशर P2 is P1 plus rho gh. दूसरे डायग्राम में मैंने क्या किया, मैंने P1 का प्रेशर x से चेंज किया और P2 है ना, नोइंग नथिंग, P2 को कुछ नया नाम दे दिया P2 dash. P2 dash is a new value of P2. P2 dash is P1 plus x plus rho gh. Okay, the difference is still the same. All right. So if वहां से क्या दिखेगा, फिर P1 plus rho gh को P2 लिख लिया, तो P2 dash is therefore P2 plus x. मतलब P2 dash is original value plus x, matlab P2 has also changed by x, and which is quite obvious. The basic idea is difference in pressures, okay, has to be the same. So if difference in two things has to be the same, if I increase one thing by a certain amount, I have to increase the other thing also by a certain amount. अगर दो पॉइंट जो एज डिस्टेंस अपार्ट है उनके बीच में डिफरेंस हमेशा रो जी एच होने वाला है, तो इंक्रीज वन बाय एक्स, द अदर आल्सो हैज टू इंक्रीज बाय एक्स. दैट इज पास्कल्स लॉ. ठीक है, दैट इज पास्कल्स लॉ. इसका एक एप्लीकेशन देखेंगे. बट एनी डाउट इन दिस? नहीं. सो अब इसमें ये प्रेशर बढ़ा कैसे रहे? द होल पॉइंट इज, आई मीन द वे वी आर इंक्रीजिंग प्रेशर, वी आर टिपिकली इंक्रीज फ्रॉम द सरफेस. अब बाहर से अगर ज्यादा दबाया, यहाँ पे ज्यादा प्रेशर इंक्रीज किया, मान लो यहाँ से तुमने एडिशनल 5 पास्कल डाल दिया, तो होल पॉइंट इज हर पॉइंट पे एडिशनल 5 पास्कल प्रेशर बढ़ेगा. बेस पे 5 पास्कल प्रेशर बढ़ेगा, कोई भी पॉइंट पे 5 पास्कल का प्रेशर बढ़ेगा. ऊपर से तुमने 5 पास्कल प्रेशर बढ़ाया तो हर पॉइंट पे 5 पास्कल प्रेशर बढ़ेगा. ये दैट्स द आइडिया. इसका एप्लीकेशन we'll see, it's used in hydraulics. It is used in your hydraulic lifts and all. So let me show you what we mean by that. It's used in hydraulics. कैसे? Imagine I set up some kind of vessel like this, okay? And let's say I have a piston over here. Okay? I have another piston over there. Okay? Let's say कि इस piston का area is A1, उसका area is A2. Okay? And let's say कि, as you can clearly see, A2 is a lot bigger than A1. So let's say A2 is some number times A1. It could be 100 times, 50 times, whatever. A2 is some number times A1. Yes, the application is important. See what I'm trying to say over here. So what's going to happen is, you can note it down. What's going to happen is, as I apply a force like this, okay? So in steps, the first step I'm doing is, I am adding a force. Okay? So imagine I add a force. So this is step 1. Force added. F1 force added. अब देखो, यहाँ पे मैं अगर force लगाऊंगा, तो what happens immediately at this point is कि यहाँ का pressure बढ़ता है. Right? So at that point, pressure increases by how much? ऊपर से force डालने के कारण, है ना, ये पिस्टन के नीचे जो मॉलिक्यूल है वहां पे प्रेशर कितने से बढ़ गया? फोर्स बाय एरिया, F1 बाय, है ना, फोर्स, यस, फोर्स बाय एरिया से बढ़ गया. आई हैव इंक्रीज्ड प्रेशर बाय दिस मच. ठीक है, तो F1 बाय A1 से प्रेशर जस्ट बिलो द पिस्टन इतने से प्रेशर बढ़ता है. फिर पास्कल लॉ क्या बोलता है? पास्कल्स लॉ सेज कि as a consequence of this, what's going to immediately happen over here is, over here, even over there, pressure increases by same amount. ये पास्कल्स लॉ है. तुम एक जगह प्रेशर बढ़ाओ तो हर जगह प्रेशर उतने से ही बढ़ेगा. तो even over there, pressure increases by F1 by A1. Okay. Now, what is this pressure going to do? Because over here, pressure is increased by F1 by A1, we are now going to experience an upward force, extra upward force. Okay. So now over here, suddenly you're going to experience a new upward force or an additional upward force. Okay. And that force is going to be, let's say, F2, where F2 is how much? So F2 is going to be जितने से भी pressure बढ़ गया into area, right? So F2 is your additional pressure into area. Area कितना है? A2. Okay. So if I want to continue F2 over here, as I'm saying, F2 is pressure कितने से बढ़ता है into area. अब pressure कितने से बढ़ा? Pressure F1 by A1 से बढ़ा. Okay, एक चीज समझो. Let me just clarify this. This is the additional force. क्या है? ये पूरे सीन के पहले, ठीक है, ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे PATM प्रेशर था, ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे PATM प्रेशर था, ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे भी PATM प्रेशर था, यहाँ पे भी PATM प्रेशर था. That is before everything. ठीक है, ऑलरेडी there was PATM pressure on both sides of both the pistons. मैं अब इंक्रीज के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ. प्रेशर को कितने से चेंज कर रहा हूं उसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूं. फोर्स को कितने से चेंज कर रहा हूं उसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूं. ऑलरेडी लोअर पार्ट वाज पुशिंग अप बाय PATM into area, upper part was pushing down by PATM into area. There was balance on both sides. उसके आगे अब मैंने कितने से क्या चेंजेस लाया उसकी बात कर रहा हूं. So I'm adding an extra force F1 which सेट अप अ चेन रिएक्शन. F1 के कारण यहाँ पे प्रेशर बढ़ गया, जिसके कारण वहां पे प्रेशर और बढ़ गया. दिस इज अबव PATM. ठीक है, तो प्रेशर इतने से बढ़ा जिसके कारण अपवर्ड फोर्स और इतने अमाउंट से बढ़ गया. सो F2 इज द एडिशनल अपवर्ड फोर्स. ठीक है, दिस इज द इंक्रीज इन द अपवर्ड फोर्स. ऑलरेडी वो PATM एंड एरिया दोनों कैंसिल आउट हो रहा है. But this is the increased force. Okay, increased force in the upward direction. Okay, and that force is going to be how much? जितने से भी pressure बढ़ गया. I will just add this. This is increased upward force. That is coming as a result of an increased downward force over here. ठीक है, तो ये यहाँ कितना है? F1 upon A1 into A2. Quite simple. A2 is NA1, so this becomes F1 into N. Okay, this has just now become N times F1. So what does this mean? This means that this hydraulic can act as a force multiplier. Okay, this acts as a force multiplier. In a sense, it can multiply whatever force you apply. यहाँ पे if I keep N as 100, if N is 100, I will just need to apply a 1 Newton force over here, and I end up getting a 100 Newton force over there. So this is why hydraulics and all are used to lift cars and stuff like that. To lift heavy objects, you can set up a hydraulic system like this, and imagine I need to lift a car which weighs let's say 100 kg, and 100 kg के कारण उसका weight हो जाता है 1000 Newton. 1000 Newton का गाड़ी उठाने के लिए, if I set up a cross section area which is 1000 times this area, I will just need to apply a 1 Newton force over here to lift that car up. Okay, so that's the beauty of this. It acts more like a, acts like a hydraulic system. The basic equation is quite simple. Equation जैसे इसी को rearrange कर लो और वो याद कर लो. फंडा बहुत सिंपल है. दोनों तरफ प्रेशर सेम अमाउंट से बढ़ता है, तो तुम बोल सकते हो F1 by A1 is F2 by A2. That's the crux of the equation. ठीक है. So this can be used to lift a car, and therefore this acts as a force multiplier. More the area, more the force. Yes, more the area, more the force. वो वाला पिचकारी की तरह. हाँ, मतलब इम्प्लाइंग कि तुम अगर पिचकारी को यहाँ से कुछ फोर्स से पुश करोगे पिचकारी के हैंडल को, तो वहां पे नोजल पे इफ यू वांट टू प्रिवेंट द वाटर from coming out, you need to apply a much smaller force to prevent it from coming out. If you try to block the whole of a pichkari, the force that you have to apply to prevent water from coming out will be lesser than the force you apply on the thicker side. Pressure is the same. It's your force which is directly proportional to area. So basically दोनों पॉइंट पे प्रेशर कितने से बढ़ता है वो सेम है, बट फोर्स एरिया के प्रोपोर्शनल होता है. फोर्स इज प्रेशर टाइम्स एरिया. So what we are basically saying is, when I add something over here and add something over here, and when water is balancing those two forces, so हाँ, generally ठीक है. But if water is balancing those two forces, यहाँ पे दोनों जगह pressure same amount से बढ़ता है, जिसके कारण force जो पानी provide करता है दोनों side is proportional to area. So if you want equilibrium, smaller area में you just apply a smaller force, and bigger area पे you can apply a bigger force, and the entire thing will be in equilibrium. So I can hold a car in its place or lift it up slowly using a much smaller force. Okay? So acts as a force multiplier. Any doubts in this page? Somebody wanted to see the previous slide. Yeah. Oh. Very simple stuff. मतलब ये जो F1 by A1 जो लिखा है ना ग्रे में मैंने जो बॉक्स किया है, just wait for it to load. Okay. How is F1 by A1 equal to F2 by A2? यहाँ पे दिख रहा है. ये देखो ना, ये यहाँ से इधर नीचे एरिया ले लो. Pressure increase at both points is the same, right? Pressure increase at both pistons is the same. तो एक तरफ pressure is increased by F1 by A1, दूसरी तरफ pressure is increased by F2 by A2. See, the bigger picture is as you, हाँ, जब पानी F2 डालता है तो वहां पे एक F2 फोर्स वहां से लगाते हो उसको जगह पे पकड़ने के लिए, right? It may be a car जिसका weight is applying this F2 force on the piston, alright? So in that case तुमने वहां से F2 डाल दिया और यहाँ से F1 डाल दिया. F1 by A1 is F2 by A2. You have that kind of relation. Again, simplest stuff. मतलब इस पे मेंस लेवल पे ही सवाल आ सकता है. Quite simple. All right. I have 5 minutes. Let me see if I can derive Archimedes principle. If not write the statement, at least prove कर सकते हैं Archimedes principle. Everyone's begging next class. ठीक है, हाँ, चलो नेक्स्ट क्लास के लिए रखते हैं. ओके, बाय. I'll take that like HCV doubt था ना आयुष. Bye. Notes I'll be uploading in 5 minutes. Lecture maybe in an hour. Which statement you want me to write? Which statement? Archimedes का? अरे आर्किमिडीज का स्टेटमेंट बाद में आएगा. पहले प्रूफ करना पड़ेगा, फिर I'll write the statement. Okay? The proof is a little longer. We'll see that in the next class. This is the link for all the notes. Then what about height variation in hydraulic lift? What do you mean by that? These heights can be different, makes no difference. Was that what you're implying? No, in fact, these heights won't even be different. Heights will be the same. No, they can be different if you're applying. If you're applying forces on either side, it can be. हाँ, अच्छा, you're talking about distance moved. Yes, distance moved में फर्क है. वो like volume conservation से आएगा. जैसे अगर तुम यहाँ पे इसको ज्यादा नीचे मूव करोगे, think about it, है ना? इतना वॉल्यूम तुम यहाँ से गायब करके अगर उधर ऐड कर रहे हो, तो उधर वो कम आगे डिस्प्लेस होगा. राइट, यहाँ पे तुम्हें जितना डिस्प्लेस करना पड़ेगा उधर कम डिस्प्लेस होगा, बिकॉज द वॉल्यूम यू make the volume you take out from here will appear over there, and the displacements, as you're saying, will be inversely proportional to area. Yes, right, because volume has to be fixed. So if I give a displacement of S1 over here and that gets displaced by S2, then यहाँ का volume उधर चला गया, मतलब area 1 into S1 is area 2 into S2. तो छोटा एरिया ज्यादा डिस्प्लेस हो रहा है, बड़ा एरिया कम डिस्प्लेस हो रहा है. सही है. हाँ, that's one disadvantage. मतलब अगर एरिया 1000 टाइम्स है तो वैसे तो तुम 1 न्यूटन के फोर्स से भी 10,000 न्यूटन का गाड़ी को उठा सकते हो, बट द ओनली डिसएडवांटेज इज कि तुम्हें वो गाड़ी को 1 मीटर से उठाना है तो तुम्हें थियोरेटिकली ये पिस्टन को 1 किलोमीटर नीचे लेना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, दैट्स द डिसएडवांटेज. ऑलराइट, HCV question number 4. एक मिनट, I'm just opening my book. Carry a glass full of water as a bottom of area 20 centimeters square, top of area 20 centimeters square, height 20 centimeters, volume half a liter. Okay, find the force exerted by the water at the bottom. So simple है, force exerted by water at the bottom. Did you have a doubt in part A? The force at the base is pressure at the base into area of the base. The reason I'm doing this is pressure is the same throughout the base, and pressure at the base is PATM plus rho GH, and H is given to you as 20, and area of the base is already given, that is given as 20. CV4 fluid mechanics का chapter है. एक मिनट. Yes, just plug in the values. Pressure, atmospheric pressure is given as 10 raised to 5. G is given as 10. Density is 1000. Height is 20. This becomes 10 raised to 4 into 0.2. Area is 20 centimeters square. Matlab that is 20 into 10 to the power minus 4. Right? 10 power minus 4. बार ले लो तो 10 raised to 4, 10 raised to minus 4 कटेगा, 10 पर 4 बार ले लो तो 10 plus 0.2 10.2 हो जाएगा, 10.2 into 20. (204) Newton is the answer to the first part. वही दिया है क्या? वही दिया. समझा पहले का? Let me know if you got that. And दूसरा, considering the equilibrium of water, find the resultant force exerted on the sides of the glass of the water. हाँ, sides of the glass. अब देखो ये क्या है? ये थोड़ा second part थोड़ा अच्छा है. देखो, see, force, if you consider the equilibrium of water, okay, if you consider its equilibrium, so we know कि water का weight नीचे है. We know there is some force that's applied by the base, okay, and there'll be some force applied by the sides, and then ultimately we know कि water का acceleration is 0. Now force by the sides, if you think about it, वो actually net वैसे तो horizontal नहीं होगा because horizontally they'll all cancel out, but अब net vertical होगा, है ना? Why vertical? When you actually write this term, you'll realize. अच्छा, एक तो vertical because यहाँ पे pressure ज़्यादा है, ये वाले forces are bigger than those forces. But then even otherwise, है ना? Force by the sides we don't know, but mg at least you can figure out. Mg कितना है पानी का? Mass into g. So mass is given as volume half a liter दिया है, right? So density is 1000. Volume is half a liter. 1 liter is 10 power minus 3 meter cube, and that into 10. All right. So did I get that right? पांच तो गड़बड़ हुआ है. What am I doing wrong? Volume is half a liter. Thousand पांच. ओ नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक और अच्छा एक मिनट, सॉरी, वन मोर फोर्स इज मिसिंग, वन मोर फोर्स मिसिंग, ये 5 ही है, नो प्रॉब्लम हियर। एक्चुअली इसमें ये भी मिसिंग है, यहाँ पे ऊपर से एटमॉस्फेरिक फोर्स भी दबा रहा है। ठीक है, एफ बेस तो नेचुरली ऊपर होना चाहिए, जो पानी बेस को नीचे दबाता है, बेस पानी को ऊपर दबाता है ना, पानी का एफबीडी है, तो पानी पे एफ बेस हैज टू बी अपवर्ड्स, देयर इज वन मोर डाउनवर्ड फोर्स, ठीक है, एंड दिस इज योर एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर के कारण फोर्स, which is why the area at the top is given. Okay, so that term can also be calculated. That is going to come out to be 10 raised to 5 into 20 centimeter square. Okay, so now you see all these terms. This is how much is this? I think this is 200 Newton. So this is 200 Newton downward. Okay, and then this is 204 Newton upward. तो ऑलरेडी क्या हो रहा है, ऑलरेडी एक एक्स्ट्रा 4 न्यूटन ऊपर की तरफ आ रहा है, वेट है 5 न्यूटन नीचे। तो यू थिंक एंड सी कि नाउ हाउ मेनी फोर्सेस, कितना नीचे है कुल मिलके, कितना ऊपर है कुल मिलके। तो लीविंग फोर्स बाय द साइड असाइड, this becomes net 205 Newton downwards and 204 Newton upwards. So which implies कि force by the side has to be 1 Newton upward. This must be the force applied by the sides. So in the first diagram, we don't know, but then we club the remaining forces. And we saw कि 1 Newton deficit है, वो sides balance कर रहा है. All right. So bye.